It's the 28th of the month. You check your bank account, and there are $217 left. Rent is due in 3 days. Your car payment is coming. Your phone bill just hit. And you're sitting there thinking, where did all my money go? And the worst part? This isn't new. This happens every single month. You make decent money. You're not buying anything crazy. But somehow, it's never enough. Hey, welcome back to Finoodle, where finance gets simple. Today I'm going to show you the budgeting method that takes about 5 minutes to set up, requires 0 spreadsheets, and actually works. It's called the 50-30-20 rule, and it might just end your money stress for good. Before we dive in, let's talk about why most budgets fail. A lot of budgeting advice tells you to track every single penny, every coffee, every parking meter, every pack of gum, and it works for about a week, maybe 2 if you're really disciplined. But by week 3, you're exhausted. You forget to log something, then you forget again, and then you just give up entirely. The problem isn't you. The problem is that the system is too complicated. And any system that's too complicated to follow consistently is a system that's going to fail. What you need is something in the middle. Not so rigid that you burn out, but not so loose that you have no idea where your money's going. The 50-30-20 rule sits right in that sweet spot. It gives you structure with breathing room. Here's how it works. First, figure out your after-tax income. That's the amount that actually lands in your bank account each month. For this example, let's say you take home $4,000 a month. Now you split that money into 3 buckets, and only 3. 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. That's it. 3 buckets. 3 numbers. Done. Let me break down each bucket in detail so you know exactly what goes where, and exactly what does not go where. This is where most people get confused, so pay attention. Bucket 1, needs. This gets half your income, $2,000 in our example. These are the expenses you absolutely cannot avoid. The bills that, if you didn't pay them, your life would fall apart. What counts as a need? Rent or your mortgage payment. Utilities, electricity, water, heat. Groceries, and I mean actual groceries, not Uber Eats at midnight. Basic transportation, your car payment, gas, or a bus pass. Health insurance, and any required insurance. And minimum payments on any debt you owe. I said minimum. We'll come back to that. Now here's a critical checkpoint. If your needs add up to more than 50% of your income, that's a red flag. Either your income needs to go up through a raise, a side hustle, or a better paying job, or your needs have to come down. Maybe a cheaper apartment, a less expensive car, or a more affordable phone plan. And here's where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. A roof over your head is a need. A luxury apartment with a rooftop pool is a want. Food is a need. Eating out at restaurants 4 times a week is a want. Getting to work is a need. A brand new BMW is a want. The line between needs and wants is where most people lie to themselves. Don't be that person. Bucket 2, wants. This gets 30% of your income, $1,200. And yes, you are absolutely allowed to spend money on things you enjoy. This is not a punishment budget. What counts as a want? Streaming subscriptions. Dining out. Yes, every single restaurant meal. Shopping for things you don't strictly need. Your gym membership. Vacations and travel. Hobbies like gaming, books, or sports gear. Even that fancy haircut. Wants are anything that makes life more enjoyable, but that you could technically live without. Here's why this bucket matters so much. Most budgets make you feel guilty for spending any money on fun. So you either feel miserable following the budget, or you rebel and blow all your money. The 30% rule does something genius. It gives you full permission to enjoy your money, guilt-free. But it also gives you a ceiling. One important rule, no borrowing between buckets. If you've already spent your wants budget and your friends invite you to an expensive dinner, the answer is either a polite no, or you suggest something cheaper. This is where discipline meets freedom. And a practical tip, within your wants bucket, you don't need to micromanage every category. That's flexible. That's sustainable. That's the point. Bucket 3, savings and debt repayment. This gets 20%, $800. And let me be very clear, this is the bucket that changes your life. The first 2 buckets keep you alive and happy. This bucket makes you wealthy. Let's talk about what this money should do, and in what order. Priority A, if you don't already have one, is your emergency fund. You want 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in a separate account. If your needs are $2,000 a month, Your target is $6,000 to $12,000. Once your emergency fund is solid, priority B splits into two paths. Path 1. If you have high-interest debt, especially credit card debt, attack it aggressively. Credit cards can charge you 20, 22, even 25% interest. No investment in the world consistently returns that much. So paying off that debt is the best investment you can make. Path 2. If you're debt-free or only have low-interest debt, start investing. If you're a visual person, here's the decision tree. Each month, your $800 flows through this path. Emergency fund not done yet? That's where the money goes. Emergency fund complete, but you have high-interest debt? Pay that down. No high-interest debt? Invest it. Simple. Sequential. No guessing. Let me show you what this looks like over time with our $4,000 income example. Months 1 through 8. You build a $6,400 emergency fund. Done. Months 9 through 20. You wipe out $9,600 in credit card debt. Gone. Months 21 through 60. That's 40 months of investing $800 each month. Even at a conservative 7% annual return, you'd have over $52,000. All of this from the same paycheck. You didn't earn a single extra dollar. You just told your money where to go. That is the power of the 20% bucket. So let's put it all together. You earn $4,000 after tax. $2,000, 50%, covers your needs. Rent, food, utilities, transportation. $1,200, 30%, goes to your wants. Restaurants, hobbies, entertainment, shopping. $800, 20%, goes straight to your future. The money that makes you rich. And this works at any income level. Making $2,500 a month? $1,250 for needs, $750 for wants, $500 for savings. Making $5,500? $2,750, $1,650, $1,100. Making $8,000? $4,000, $2,400, $1,600. The percentages stay the same. The amounts scale up. That's the beauty of it. You don't need a complicated app. You don't need a spreadsheet with 47 columns. You don't need a finance degree. You need 3 buckets and 5 minutes at the start of each month. That's it. Now before you go, let me answer the questions I know you're already thinking. Question 1. What if my needs already eat up more than 50%? This is common, especially if you live in an expensive city. You have 2 levers. Lever 1. Increase your income. Pick up a side hustle, freelance, or negotiate a raise. Lever 2. Decrease your fixed costs. Consider a roommate, a cheaper car, or switching providers. If your needs take up 70 or 80% of your income, no budgeting trick will save you. You have to fix the math first. Question 2. What if I have a ton of debt? Then flip the wants and savings percentages. Go 50-20-30. Keep your needs at 50, shrink your wants to 20, and throw 30% at your debt. Yes, it means less fun money for a while. But getting out of high-interest debt is an emergency. Once the debt is gone, you can flip back to the normal 50-30-20 split. Question 3. Are subscriptions needs or wants? Here's the rule. If you literally cannot function without it, it's a need. Your basic phone plan, need. Health insurance, need. But Spotify, Netflix, your gym membership, those are wants. They come out of your 30%. Question 4. What if my income changes every month? Like if I'm a freelancer? Simple. Look at your last 6 months of income and calculate the average. Use that as your baseline. In good months, save the extra. In bad months, trim your wants. All right. Theory is useless without action. So here's your 5-minute setup. Do this today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Step 1. Takes 1 minute. Check your bank statement and find your after-tax monthly income. Step 2. 1 minute. Multiply that number by 0.5, 0.3, and 0.2. Those are your 3 bucket amounts. Write them down. Step 3. 2 minutes. Open 2 additional bank accounts at your bank. Label 1 needs, label 1 savings. Your existing checking account is your wants account. Step 4. 1 minute. Set up automatic transfers on payday. Total time, 5 minutes. And now your budget runs on autopilot. Done. You officially have a working budget. Remember that person at the beginning of this video? Sitting at their desk, stressed out, wondering where all the money went? That doesn't have to be you anymore. Not because you suddenly started earning more, but because you finally told your money where to go, instead of wondering where it went. 50% to survive, 30% to enjoy, 20% to grow. 3 buckets. 1 rule. A completely different relationship with money. If this made money make a little more sense, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. It helps more than you think. I'll see you in the next one.